That is a fantastic question. And short answer is yes and no.
Okay.
To be wonderfully political and sit on the fence. So yes, at a local level, yes. So we have had the fortune of having University of Sunshine Coast next door to us. So we've been working alongside them, engaged them to do some modeling for us. So they actually have done some modeling and identified the suitable habitat for roosting across the Sunshine Coast region.
Right.
They've been asked to replicate that as well for other regions across Southeast Queensland in particular. With that knowledge, we have used that to talk with our strategic planners and people who are writing, for instance, the planning scheme, and identified areas that we know is as highly suitable habitat for flying foxes. And now that cuts kind of both ways. What we do with that information is identify areas that are outside of the urban footprint that are highly suitable and see if that can be protected,
Yeah.
conserved, whether it be acquired, whatever it happened to be. But that's a layer of complexity to go, okay, here is really highly suitable habitats, low conflict, likely not to be in the urban footprint, etc. How do we try and encourage flying foxes there naturally? And how do we protect that part of it? And then the other side of it is a bit of a sort of risk recognition as well. It's like, yes, this is potentially a little bit of a social issue and it's a bit of a natural hazard if it were. So being transparent with the community and saying, yes, we have risks here, which is what that modeling and that mapping that I showed through there as well, is identifying sites where flying foxes exist. Um, in terms of the preventing future development, that's where it gets a bit trickier. And not for lack of want or lack of trying. I've certainly been shaking that tree for a while now. But the way in which the planning works is that often these things have been, because those planning schemes are only updated every 10 years, and then the SEQ plan as well every 10 years, often these things get a big circle put around them at the state level and go, okay, all of this area, you need to put in 50,000 homes, figure it out. And we have a little bit of maneuverability to be able to go, oh, we want to go here, here, or here. Um, but sometimes we don't have that flexibility. And outside of that, it's really on um, the fact that they're updated so infrequently, which is it's the nature of the beast. It would be too big a thing to try and change planning every single year. Is that a lot of these approvals can sometimes be 10 or further years old. And the approvals are done of what is the law, what are the rules right now. And unfortunately, 6, 7, 8 years later, we have all of this beautiful research and literature and understanding that we
Yeah.
then go, this is the priority, this is how we prevent it. But we don't have an ability to be able to go back and change those ones retrospectively, unfortunately. So yes, it's certainly something. And for me, I feel it's a bit of a due diligence. It's having an understanding of that conflict and going, yes, I acknowledge that this could be a conflict, and also a bit of a buyer beware for some people who don't want to live next door to flying foxes, that they know
Yeah.
that they don't want to live there, so they avoid those places.
Whereas I
But
buy a house here.
yeah, oh, I live in Currimundi, which is cubby cubby for place of the bat. So I'm certainly in a beautiful place. I've got a flying fox roost 800 meters south of me and about a kilometer north of me. So I'm one of those people who wouldn't mind it, but
Yeah.
it's it's just one of those tricky beasts within the complexities of the planning structures.
Thank you so much for being here this month. I will make this video available for everybody, so it'll be on my YouTube channel. It'll be available on social media as well, so feel free to share it, and feel free to welcome other people into this little group here as well for our next month. I won't tell you yet who the speaker is going to be because it's not 100% certain, but it's pretty close. All right, so enjoy. Thank you, Tyron, so much for being here. Thank you, everybody else. We'll see you soon.
Kindly.